So welcome back. Today we shall be treating some simple logo or shapes to combine our shapes together and give us something meaningful, something reasonable. Looking at the screen, I have some simple design here, and we are going to work them out one after the other. The first one we shall be working on is the one that look like the celestial logo, or we say like a rainbow, anyhow you call it. So let's go there. Take your circle tool, which is your ellipse tool, Ctrl and Shift to have a perfect circle. Do you see the way I draw it very big? Then your rectangle from the middle of your circle downward to cut in between. Select the two together. You can pick your rectangle and select your circle so that you can centralize your rectangle in your circle. Press C on your keyboard. It's going to centralize it for you. Then use your pick tool to select together and we do what is called trim. Do you see it? When you select two or more objects together on your property bar, it will show you. Then you select the word trim. Once you trim, I don't need my rectangle again, you delete. This is what I want to work with. This is my half circle. Very good. So this is what we are going to be working with. Give it a color. Remove the outline by right-clicking on this empty box. Good. Plus it. Give it another color. Hold your shift and drag down. Plus it. Hold your shift and drag down. Give it color. Plus it. Hold your shift and drag down. Give it color. Plus it. Hold your shift and drag down. Give it color. Plus it. Hold your shift and drag down. Give it color. Plus it. Hold your shift and drag down. Give it color. Do we see now? So I can now decide to trim off again every unwanted side. So select and you trim. Delete this one. So you have your logo here for you. Very good. Do we see? So that is all about this. And if you know that you don't have that time, just take your circle, a perfect one, give it color, keep duplicating and giving color and reducing it. Keep duplicating, give it color and reducing it. Your plus, color and reduce. Plus, color and reduce. Plus, color and reduce. Plus, color and reduce. Select together to group. Then you take a rectangle tool, cut from the middle downward. Then select everything together and trim. Good to go. So that is all about that one. You see, it's very simple. We also have another one in form of the NNPC. Just draw your rectangle, your circle, a perfect circle again. Yes, this is the circle we shall be using. A perfect circle. I'm going to duplicate it. Yes, but I'm going to take it out. I don't need it now. Take your rectangle. Let your rectangle curve in it. Yes. Make sure the two is centralized. How will you do that? Click on the rectangle and click on your circle while holding down your shift. Then you press C. You center and make it align. That's it. So once we are through like that, we have to go to our arrange on our property bar. We have transformation. Arrange, transformation, then we have rotate. Arrange, transformation, rotate. Yes. How many degree do you want to rotate? 25 degree. Input your 25 degree. What happened? It's not present. It's the non-knock not available. 25 degree. Press your 25 degree. Yes, apply. When I apply, it's going to rotate for me. But this time around, I'm going to do apply to duplicate. It apply and it duplicate it. Do we see it? That's what you begin to do until you are done. That's all for that one. Select everything together, then you click on your weld. Good. That's it. You have just welded it. Then the circle you bring out, take it back inside. So it's a perfect circle already. Then you have your white. Do we see? Very beautiful. Take the two together and group. If you don't group, you are going to be picking them one after the other. Do we see? That is all about that one. So we also have the GTB logo is the simplest one, a perfect square. You hold your control and your shift, yes, give it color, remove the outline, duplicate, plus, and drag it down. Then you give it white. Then take it to anywhere you want. That's very simple. Very, very simple. So that's it, by the way. But this time around, we are going to be doing this complex one by using our shape tool. We want to do the redeem logo. Very simple. Increase the outline 2. Duplicate. Good. Plus again. Plus again. I believe you know this is what we always have for redeem logo. Yes. So we are going to do the bed. I just want to, so that you can know how to use the shape tool to do some simple shaping. Always zoom out. Always zoom out. Yes. Let's zoom out. Good. Let me just bring the sample of the bed out so that we know what we are doing. So this is what we want to create here. Good. The usefulness of our shape tool. Take your shape tool, convert to curve. Do we say? If you convert to curve, you are ready to go. Divide your shape. Divide, double click on the line, double click on the line. Double click on the line here. Double click on the line. From the middle, double click and drag down. I've gotten this my teeth. This my head. Do we get it now? This one that you have done, drag it here. This one, drag it here. You don't need all these ones again. I've gotten the top. Yes, I've gotten the top. Double click and double click. Drag it and drag it. This is the side. We have just gotten the side. I think this head is too wide. We have just gotten the side, and this is what we shall be using to work. Is it? Do we see it? That's it. We are good to go. So what are we going to do now is to continue our shaping. We are going to drag this one out. We are going to drag this one out. Good. We are almost there. Very simple. You will see all these shapes, just need your creativity mind. Let's start from here. Right click and curve. Push this one out, push this one in. Right click and curve. Push this one out, push this one in to get my teeth. Do we get it? Yes, that's it. Right click and curve. Just drag from the middle down here. Right click and curve. The same thing you do here, the same thing you do there. Are we getting it? Yes. What else? The next thing for you is to curve out your wings. Make this one go up a little bit so that our bird can fly. Then this one, double click as many times as possible, because that's what we shall be using. Double click, double click, double click, double click, double click, double click. The same way you double click, try to double click as many as possible, not too far away from each other. Not too far away from each other. Don't think that we are just doing rubbish. You shall see the effect. When you double click, it gives you in form of a square. But when you click, it gives you in form of a star circle. So it's the double clicking we will need. Yes, it's the double clicking we will need to make our work very easier. Now, from each of the knots you have double click, pick the second one. Pick the second one. Pick the second one. You see, that's why I say it's what you double click. As many you double click, that's what we shall use. The same thing here, the same thing here, the same thing. Wow, we double click this place very, very tiny, more than the other side. Do you see? So don't let it be too tiny. Do you see? So if you want your bird's wing to curve and not a straight one, good. You are going to work on it. You should use this one to train your fingers. That's the reason why I even teach you to train your fingers how to use your mouse very well. Don't say the work is too clumsy for you. You are only using it to train your hand. And another thing is, when you are working on graphics, you are not being lazy. And there is nothing that takes time. You can use the whole day without achieving anything. But that does not mean you are going to stop. You continue. If you want a curved wing, you begin to curve them. It takes time, but it's worth the time. Because by the time you are through, you will love your final output. Do you see? Do you see? It takes time truly, but then when you are done with it, you will love the shape you are getting. And I believe those of us that we are in the class for this graphic, we have interest in it. So don't lose your interest now. This is the time you should activate your creativity mind. Though the one we are using is not a curved hand, but you can use this to practice. With this, at least you'll be training your finger, your hand, on how well to control your mouse. Do we see now? Are we good to go? I think I'm okay with it. I think I'm okay with it. Why is this place scanty? Because the way we double click here is scanty and the one we have here is very closer to each other. So if I were you, I will have to redo it from the beginning. Don't be too lazy to say one work is taking much of your time. You have to give your time to it. Then once you are through, give it white color, take it inside your diagram. Then you have your bird flying. You can do it much more than this depending on what you have. Then let's try to write our text in capital letter. The redeemed. Enter. The redeemed space. Christian Church of God. This is what we shall be using. Bold it. Enlarge it. Then we are going to break it apart. Because arrange, break apart, or you press Ctrl K on your keyboard. Break apart. You have the redeemed and you have Church of God. Yes. Though you can get all this logo on the internet now, but then the only thing that will be useful there is the bird. Because some of these letters can be dots. You have to do your own by yourself. Do you see the redeemed that I've made sure that it's the same size with the one down? Click on your text. Go to your text on your menu bar. Then you select Fit Text to Parts. Fit Text to Parts. It gives you an arrow. I'm coming inside there. Am I okay? Once you are okay, yes, you control your hand. The main reason why I need to teach, why you need to train your hand is because we'll be using it very well. Do you see? Christian Church of God. If you pick it, you are picking it with the circle. You see? That is why we need to break them apart. Go back to your arrange and break apart. So redeem will stand on its own and your circle will stand on its own, because we are still going to use the circle for the Church of God. Go back to Fit to Parts, Church of God. Do you see? This size is going to be. Is it okay? Good. But before you break it apart, you need to control your Church of God to come back to normal. On your property bar, while still on your Fit Text to Parts, you know that I've not done any other thing. See? Click here the mirror and click the second mirror. your church of God. Then you begin to move your arrows, your inches here. Yes, let me drag it. Yes, it has come out enough. Then this other one is going to control it for me. It's going to move gradually. Don't as far as say if you are lazy, this is not the place for you. If you are lazy, no, nobody should be lazy until you are okay. Yes, is it okay? Yes, it's okay for me. If it's okay for you, then you are done. Click on it, arrange, break text apart. Then your text tool, shift and number 8 will give you a star shape. Shift and number 8 will give you a star shape using your text tool as if you want to type. So take your star shape, zoom out, don't work from far, zoom out, duplicate it. So that's just our Redeemed Christian Church of God. Select everything together and group, then you are good to go. Do you see? That is how we do all those things. Any question? Post your question on the comment section. We shall give you a reply. Now, we want to do this love. This love shape, all of these things, you can also get it, but let's try to shape our love. We are still going to use our rectangle tool, a perfect square. Let us zoom out so that we can see what we want to do. Take your shape tool, convert to curve. Divide your shape. Divide your shape. Down. Down. Do we see? Delete this. Delete this. Right click, curve. Right click, curve. Do you see now? So right click, curve. Right click, curve. So you shape it. One of the main reasons why you need to learn how to control your mouse. If you are okay with it, you see. If you are okay with it, you stop. If you are not okay, keep shaping until you get what you want to do. So you control the knots with it to give you a perfect one. Red plus white. That's just what I just did. So that's it. Try to lay your hands on any object using your shape tool to shape very well. And you can also develop yourself by just taking any rectangle and taking the shape tool to try to see, and you can get so many designs. Just try to be curving until you curve and you get a beautiful image. Any mistake in version is always a design. Do you see? I've created another logo entirely. Plus you can mirror. Do you see? So it becomes something beautiful that people will be saying, how did they do this thing? Do you see? So your creativity is what matters a lot.